state police officers, and they are responding to something, attending to something in this area. Again, you're getting a live look at state police. They are at the Arkansas Foot Clinic at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane. And I do see 2 people sitting on the ground. I count.
Her name is Tabitha Foster. It's my mother.
5.
They were hiding bricks so that no one
there's 5 state police.
630-2313.
I'm calling right now.
His name's David Foster. That's my stepdad.
Say your names again, please.
James Kelly, Jade Holloway, Eric Phillips.
Everybody stay on the sidewalk. You gotta stay on the sidewalk, out of the street. This is
Just hiding bricks. So nobody busts any window out. We don't want no violence.
Hey man, I know him. He's cheesy, man. I know him. He ain't doing no shit like that.
Man, Black Lives Matter. Why they keep treating us like this out here, man? 3 chickens.
Hey, for real, man. I personally know him. I used to work with him, man. He's cool. He ain't fucking trying to do that shit. He has kids.
They just arrest people out here for no fucking reason now, bro. They just fucking with people out here, bro. They fucking with people for no what they do. How the fuck he do so what he do?
So more and more people are starting to show up here at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane. I'm seeing more protesters coming from the state capitol. I see some National Guardsmen showing up on scene as well. The time is 7:21. We are slowly approaching that 8 p.m. curfew that Little Rock Mayor put in order tonight. So what you're seeing right now is National Guardsmen. So right now, if you guys are joining us, we are at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane in Little Rock, and state police are responding to an incident here at the Arkansas Foot Clinic. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I can tell you what I can see. That's 2 men sitting on the ground, and state police are surrounding these 2 men that are sitting on the ground. So there are people out here expressing their concerns. They're angry and frustrated about what's going on, what they're seeing.
So they fucking with you for moving some bricks?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all need that.
So what we need to do is keep the peace.
So right now you're getting a live look.
We've been keeping peace.
You're getting a live look at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane here in Little Rock, Arkansas. There are several protesters out here expressing how they feel about what they are seeing in front of them. I'm not exactly sure about the current situation. What I can tell you is that there are 2 men sitting on the ground, and there are several state police around the 2 men.
They're winning if you are getting arrested tonight. Curfew is at 8 o'clock. Police station by the mayor last night. Do not fall for anything. Do not get arrested. We need you tomorrow.
So right now, the protesters are taking a knee. If you can see, the protesters are taking a knee. Right now, we're at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane in downtown Little Rock, where state police have responded to a situation. There are 2 guys sitting on the ground. There are several state police out here, several protesters. The current time is 7:24. Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. implemented a curfew that starts at 8 o'clock, and we just learned that Governor Asa Hutchinson just declared a state of emergency. So what you're getting is a live look at a situation that is happening at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane here in downtown Little Rock. State police have 2 men sitting on the ground. Excuse me, state police have a man sitting on the ground. I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but we saw police running to this area, and we came over here to see what was going on. So this is where we're at right now. So if you can see, there's several protesters that are pretty much expressing how they feel right now. There's a woman letting people know what's going on, how she feels. Yeah, we're live.
Come out here because y'all feel like this is the right thing to do. Don't come out here because y'all feel like, oh, everybody else is doing it, so we should do it too. There's people actually out here fighting for something. We fighting for something for real. We're not coming out here to play with y'all, bro. We're not coming out here trying to incite violence. We're actually out here in peace because we want to change. We can't change the world with hate. We cannot change the world with hate. Black people don't even have hate in their hearts. We're loving people. We're loving people. It's not even in our program to be just so hateful.
Are you tired of what's going on?
I'm so tired. I'm 19 years old and I've been living in fear my whole life. My whole life I have to live in fear because I'm black. I have to be scared of what somebody else is going to do to me because I look different. I can't do it no more. I'm tired. I just can't.
How important is it for you to come out here and express how you feel and show?
It's very important to me because I'm a young person myself, and just seeing what they're doing to people that look like me, I cannot. It's just like I feel like if I come out here and people see that I'm out here being as young as I am, bring your kids out here. I know it's a hard sight to see, but they need to see it. This is history in the making. We're making history right here, whether y'all want to believe it or not.
Tell me, what do you think is going? What is it gonna have to take to stop this?
We need leaders who actually are for the people, not leaders who are actually for themselves, who claim they're for the people. We need somebody who's going to stand up for us, people who understand what we're going through. We need to throw some people in office that look like us, who are actually from the streets, not people that look like us that grew up in the suburbs. Like, even then, like, you might be our color, but at the same time, like, if you're not out here fighting for us, what are you standing for?
Do you believe violence is the right way to go with these protests?
No, I don't believe violence is the right way to go. But at the same time, we built this. We built everything in the world. We built this. Without us, y'all wouldn't have this. Y'all built this on the back of our ancestors. Y'all didn't build this yourself. We built this. So we can burn it down today and build it back up in a year. We did this. This is not y'all. This is ours. Y'all just got y'all name on it. This is ours. We wrote this story. Y'all just stole it and put your name on it and turned it in.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Be careful. All right, so you're getting a live look. We're still at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane. So police, the 2 people that were sitting on the ground, they just drove off. So right now, people are talking with state police. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I did see state police remove those bricks over here that you're looking at right now. There's still an officer right here removing a brick. As you can see, he's walking over with another police officer. So not exactly sure what happened, but we did see police kind of walk towards this area. People also followed along to see what was going on. They had 2 people sitting on the ground, and state police kind of investigated the scene, and the people drove off. So there are several protesters out here giving their opinions, giving their thoughts. They're talking to the actual state police officers right now, expressing how they feel.
Allegedly, they were removing bricks that were there, and they found them trying to get rid of them to prevent any distress, and they questioned them and then released them.
So it's 7:30. Frank Scott put in a curfew that is going to start here in about 30 minutes. As we saw last night, things got pretty chaotic. state police and the National Guard had to come in with tear gas to disperse people. The mayor, the governor, everyone has stated that they are for peaceful protests, but they want you to respect that curfew, go home, and do it again tomorrow. So right now there are several people standing out here. I can't see around the corner, but I am sure that there are several protesters that are still at the state capitol.
Looks like they're leaving the area.
Stop this shit. Cause Black Lives fucking matter, bro.
So right now, state police are removing the bricks from the Arkansas Foot Clinic. Again, this is happening at the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane in Little Rock. There are several state police putting those bricks inside of a patrol unit. You want to go back over to the state capitol? Let's walk back over.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see. This appears to be over with.
Yeah, I think it's over. I think they were removing some bricks and they didn't want them there or something like that.
That
So
looks a little, well, I mean, the wall right here looks a little damaged. But some of those bricks were on the wall, but some of them were actually hidden, like in the entryway back there. So, like, this whole building appears to be abandoned. I don't know where the bricks came from, but wherever they came from, they're gone now. Yeah. Sixth Street's blocked now.
So right now we're leaving the intersection of 6th and Wood Lane. We're walking back to the state capitol. Several protesters are also walking back to the state capitol. So we left the area because state police responded to an incident where two men seemed to have been touching some bricks over here at the Arkansas Foot Clinic, and state police responded to the area. They spoke to them for a few minutes and let them go. But people were extremely frustrated about the situation, expressing how they felt, talking back to the officers. But we're back out here at the state capitol, and from where we're at, there's several people out here. I'm counting hundreds here at the state capitol. So let's get some video just in case we gotta shoot
Out here, bro. Black Lives Matter, bro. For real.
Let's get some video. So what you're seeing is state police. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was two state police officers. They drove extremely fast down here on Wood Lane Street. I'm not sure why, but they drove extremely fast. So
looks like they're going towards 6:30.
Looks like they're going towards 6:30. But let's get some video in case we have to use it for it early, or and let's kind of keep our distance. So you're getting a live look at the Arkansas State Capitol where hundreds of people are out here protesting. If you recall, many people out here because of the death of George Floyd. And they tell me that they're sick and tired of what's going on when it comes to police brutality. We've spoken to a lot of black people who said they're tired of seeing history repeat itself. The current time is 7:35. The curfew will go into effect here at 8 o'clock. Governor Asa Hutchinson put in a state of emergency here about 10 minutes ago. There's still hundreds of people out here at the state capitol. Just from the looks of it, it doesn't look like they're going to be leaving anytime soon. So right now, protesters are chanting, "Hands up, don't shoot." This is happening at the Arkansas State Capitol in Little Rock. We are about 23 minutes away from the 8 o'clock curfew that Mayor Frank Scott Jr. put in place for tonight. Yesterday, my photographer and I were out here as things went from calm to chaotic. We certainly don't want to see anything like that happen again here tonight. The governor, the mayor, the police chief, everyone has expressed that they are for these peaceful protests, but they want you to respect the curfew and go home and come back tomorrow. Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead and let them know the state troopers just let somebody go for almost looting something. I just want y'all to know. Yeah.
Oh, we were over there.
Okay.
We were there.
As long as the world knows. As long as they seen it. You know, that's all they care.
Some more people coming our way. I wonder if we walk up behind, we can get like a... No, there's cops up there.
We just gotta be careful.
I got plenty of video tomorrow. So.
Oh, they're up there. And he's flying.
Oh, he's flying. That's probably a National Guard guy out there.
Where's he?
Yeah, it's a
So
guard.
what you're looking at is a National Guardsman. It appears that he has a camera or maybe the controller to one of these drones that are being flown. around the sky. And people are talking to the National Guardsmen. The current time is 7:40. There is about 20 minutes left until the curfew here in Little Rock. Let's go talk to a couple people, Bruce. Let's get one more interview. Let's just kind of talk with somebody and kind of get their opinions.
Yeah, because weren't they wanting fresh sound for 9? I'm not sure when we're going to do that. We have to end this live to do that. We might miss something that happens.
You have to end? You can't record it, roll on it? Wow.
I mean, I can roll on it here, but then we have to go edit it.
Oh, okay. Tell me your name again.
General Hassan.
So tell me why you're out here.
Right here. I'm representing, look like him, representing the issue of injustice, and my issue for us is not Floyd George, but George Floyd, but Bradley Blackshaw. Bradley Blackshaw was shot by Stark. They gave him a pass, gave his job back, and he is retaliating, suing the city and the mayor because he was treated unfairly. So these represent most of the people that have been shot by police here in this Arkansas. I mean in the United States. This list is antiquated, it's old. I have 8 more individuals to put on this list. So I'm redesigning this list to do, you know what I'm saying, to update it. But this we did 2 years ago.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Say, well, happy family. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Keep up the good luck.
Let's get somebody else. Let's walk around more that way and get somebody else. Time is 7:44. We're about 15 minutes away from that curfew that Mayor Frank Scott Jr. put into place today. Let's ask this young lady, will she give us an interview? Hey, ma'am, will you come talk to us for a second? Hi, can I get you to say your first and your last name?
I'd rather not.
Okay, so tell me why you came out here.
To support the Black Lives Matter movement and get justice for the black people who were killed unnecessarily by the police.
Why is this so important to you?
Because I have a lot of black family that I worry for on a constant basis, and nobody should have to fear for their life. And the system that was supposed to protect them, that isn't.
You know, is violence the way to go? The past few nights we've seen things go from calm to chaotic. Will violence solve anything?
The violence is almost always started by police, and the looters that you've seen and people who are just breaking stuff aren't the protesters. Those are people who are taking advantage and opportunity to just get away with violence that is unnecessary, that none of us are starting.
It's now 7:45. How do you feel about the curfew that's going to start here in 15 minutes?
I think it's a dumb idea. If we're not doing anything wrong, we shouldn't. Most of us here are adults. We're not children. We don't need a curfew. None of us are hurting anybody. We're just standing out here with signs.
Tell me about your sign.
It has the names of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Sean Reed, and I can't read. Tony McDade. These are all people recently who have been killed by police officers. George Floyd being the most prominent right now, with the officer kneeling on his neck for 8 minutes and 29 seconds. Most of that time him being unresponsive, choking him to death. 1312 is a thing for all cops are bastards. And no justice, no peace, prosecute the police is one of the things that the protesters believe in.
Okay, thank you so much.
Now we know what the 12 is.
We're still rolling.
We're still live too on Facebook.
Yeah, the drugs are up. They are almost
Depends on which direction you run back toward the building. Either go that way or the other.
Thank you.
Look, there's a bunch of people down there, but one reporter and one dumbass, and her and me.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing what y'all do.
Thank you. Be careful. What happened?
Feels like the wind's going this way. It looks like the wind was blowing that way. So when they fired them this way, all the wind was back toward them.
That's what happened.
They kind of got us too. It's gotten quiet.
We've turned onto Daisy L. Gatson Bates Drive. We're now walking along Daisy L. Gatson Bates. passing Philander Smith College. Again, the crowd is very quiet.
Hey folks have driven up and asked us not to walk through this neighborhood. They don't want to be disturbing the people who live here. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but we have had people from the neighborhood ask us not to walk through here to find a different way to the governor's manor.
There is police presence. Police are holding up a line of cars. We're still outside of Philander Smith College.
Oh, let's go and do a donut.
That ain't that crazy. Hell no, not right now.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, fuck it, cross the street.
As protesters cross the street, there is a line of traffic.
What's up, Chase? What's up, Rock Band? What's up, Michael? What's up, Coach? You probably super hot.
We don't need you bitches around our street. Say with me, fuck the police. Y'all ain't gonna say fuck the police? Oh, look, man, fuck the police. You really need 2019 barrels around here. Yes.
Some people are standing outside of their homes applauding protesters who walk by their homes. We're in a very residential area. We're on the corner of Arch and Daisy L. Gaston Bates. Protesters have begun chanting. There's some people outside of their homes supporting protesters in this neighborhood. We were told previously that neighbors did not want us here, but so far all we've seen is people coming out of their homes applauding or cheering for protesters. We still haven't seen any officers outside of their vehicles since leaving the Capitol. Now, a large group has gotten held up a little bit. Police have blocked off Broadway Street on two sides. On that side, so they're continuing on Daisy L. Gatson Bates. But police are lining both sides of Broadway. They've shut down this block. Some protesters are continuing, some have stopped. They're probably 150, 200 protesters walking through this neighborhood. People are still passing in cars supporting protesters.
No justice, no peace.
Sorry for the low quality. It is pretty dark in this area. Will. I'm Paige. I'm on Channel 7. I tweeted you. Not much.
What's your last name?
Cushman. C-U-S-H-M-A-N. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I know. I appreciate all your help. You've been a really good voice for this.
I've been trying to not edit your
We're now turning onto Spring Street. Now on the corner of 15th and Spring Street. Again, it's very dark here, so it's going to be hard to see, but there are probably 150 to 200 protesters, if not more, walking toward the governor's mansion. through the Soma neighborhoods and the Wapak Quarter neighborhoods.
Can we throw this away? We need to pass the water bottle.
Gee, better use some blood. She too nosy.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
On the corner of 16th.
We lost the police,
Now turning onto 16th Street. Still headed towards the governor's mansion. Protesters are sending white people to the front.
White people to the front! White people to the front! Let's go! White people to the front! Let's go! It's time to get shit done! Let it go! Let it go! Right, I'll run to the front! What do we want? What do we want? Hands up! Come on with it! Hands up! Come on! Hands up! Oh yeah, I know. I don't know about all that.
Protesters have reached the governor's mansion. We're getting very close. A lot of historic homes. Protesters still telling other protesters to stay out of the road. There's lines of police vehicles. Protesters are taking a knee out front of the governor's mansion. There are state troopers and local police here. Some protesters are backing up other protesters. Gotten too close.
Take the call on you. I ain't just being honest right now. This is private property too, you feel me? Take the call on y'all. Get out.
Some protesters are asking others to stay off of private property outside of the governor's mansion.
In unity with the protesters. It has been a very peaceful night here so far, and it started out that way and has continued so. The organizers even said, if you're here for violence, if you're here for rioting, we don't want you here. That's another chance we were chanting for people to leave.
You guys want peace, right? You guys want peace. We want peace. Black lives matter. The black folks want peace. We gonna get it going. We're not even hurting anything. We want to be heard. We just want the peace and the police killers to stop.
Tonight, Chelsea, and we'll be out here throughout the night as well to give you guys updates as things continue on the floor. Reporting live from check out West
Y'all stay away from the car. Everyone take a knee.
This black one right here, I'm gonna stand up for. Your woman, stop telling.
Everybody kneel. Everybody kneel. Everybody just kneel.
Just kneel.
Everybody just.
Sorry.
Hey, y'all get back a little. Hey, y'all get back a little. Back up. Hey, get back a little. Get back a little.
They gonna play with their car. Clear your fucking tracks at all times.
Hey, y'all don't talk about it. Stay away from the car. Don't give them a reason. Peaceful protest, y'all. They ain't got any reason to kill somebody.
gotta be peaceful because the police gonna try to kill you. Asa, come out! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Don't shoot! Excuse us, I'm sorry, excuse us. Police, state police, and Little Rock police are lined in front of the governor's mansion. So far, there's been no real engagement.
We recording it, but y'all gotta stay calm, because the louder you get, the madder you get, the more angry you get, the stupider you get, the less you
There are police cars lined outside of the governor's mansion.
Can we have a moment of silence? Can we have a moment of silence? A moment of silence.
Sorry, excuse me. Definitely get a video of the moment. Protesters are trying to organize a moment of silence.
They don't get no explanations when they kill us, so talk.
Police have asked that protesters step farther away from the gates at the front of the governor's mansion. Protesters are now arguing with one another to keep it peaceful, to back up away from the gates like police have asked. Some are heeding their call. I have an extra phone if you need a number.
No, I'm paying my bill.
Oh, okay. Priorities.
Chelsea, long time no talk. As you can see, we have the line of marchers. It is turned. It is going the opposite way now. George Floyd while in police custody. Some people have trailed off, but other than that, we are still seeing a very strong group out here at this point. We will keep you updated throughout the night. Just to reiterate, this has been a peaceful protest to this point, and as you can see, it's still continuing now.
I'm finna come around there.
So what's about to happen?
Guess here for a minute and show what we got going on. I can't really just tell you what's going on. It's about being peaceful, man.
Right.
Making a movement. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
We walk. What is it about? How many miles? How many miles did blue? About 2 or 3 miles? More than welcome. We can walk up there together.
Nah, I gotta stay back.
Okay.
I gotta stay back.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, y'all can talk to me back here. Hey, I'm gonna talk to the police.
They got here fast.
The National Guard in the front.
Oh, they're guarding the gate? Okay, we live now.
Huh? Hey guys, we're Shelter on 16 and KARK. We are at the governor's mansion in Arkansas. Several protesters out here and several law enforcement agencies blocking the entrance to the governor's mansion. We're with the protesters today as they walk all around Little Rock.
You want? I don't have audio on that microphone. Got you now.
What channel is going on?
Channel 16, Channel 4. Yes, I'm in. You're getting a live look at the governor's mansion here in Little Rock. They're going to take us in about 1 minute. Okay.
Jeez.
You right here?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're good. It's dark, but in orange. It's better than nothing.
1:30 out.
On the other side over there.
1:30 out. So.
Yeah, we're about to be standby. Kevin Dunn, good afternoon to you. We arrived here on scene maybe about 10 minutes ago. Things are pretty peaceful right now. I'm going to step out of the way to kind of show you what you're seeing. I know it's a little dark, but there's about 200 people out here. We have talked to some of these protesters who told me that they want to remain peaceful. They're going to prove their message by being peaceful. They're not doing anything wrong, and they're going to continue to stay out here. There are several law enforcement agencies blocking the entrance to the governor's mansion. And if you take a look down here, police also have this area blocked off as well. They tell me they're trying to keep cars from coming in out of this area. But back to the protests, things continue to be peaceful. But as you mentioned, we've been following these protests all day. We were there when they were at the state capitol and walked down Capitol Avenue, then Scott Street, then Markham, then Broadway, then back to the Capitol. But take a listen to what they're chanting right now. No justice, no peace is what they're saying right now. And as you mentioned, as you guys know, it's 9:23 at this very moment, and we have not seen any sight of the National Guard. I have seen several state police, but things still remain pretty calm out here. They said they're going to continue to stand out here until their message is clear. So we'll check back in with you guys later on in the newscast. For now, reporting live at the governor's mansion, I'm Rochelle Turner, Fox 16 News. I did see when we arrived on scene, I saw several neighbors coming out of their home. They looked concerned. They didn't know really what was going on. They took some pictures, but just taking a look on the sidewalk, you could see this family right up here just kind of standing outside of their home, just kind of standing around. It doesn't seem to be too bad right now, but you can tell that, you know, people are just kind of wondering why they're standing out here. But they want to do this peacefully, they tell me. But yeah, we're going to check back in with you guys later.
And we're still on Facebook.
So they said that as long as it's peaceful, you guys are good.
Yeah. I had talked to the head guy of the state trooper.
Yeah, they just had told me because I didn't know. They just out here.
Yeah, they said
what I see.
Yeah, they said long with peaceful, it's okay. Yeah. I just see you guys today.
Everywhere.
I love to see y'all out here. Y'all went out here with me. Pretty bad predicament. Y'all going okay? Yeah, we finna get ready from over here too. I'm tired. Then y'all come back out here they tell me I come back out here tomorrow and Friday, so come go home. Tomorrow, I think doing it at 5 tomorrow, and then Friday doing one at 7. Or 6 or something like that.
I hope it don't rain.
no people out yet.
Hold this. I gotta go add
Sir, I don't know who you're with. We look like press.
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. I don't know. Look. It's good. Let the editor check it out. I wore my turtleneck, so I didn't wear a mask. If Donald Trump, check it out, freak out. If they say all he gotta do is talk to his constituents, just say he gonna have it. That's all he gotta do. Go to the front line. Right in front of the crowd. I'm a celebrity.
I got to speak back here. I got told to stay back.
Yeah, it came out. Asa Hutchinson just had information. He's in the bunker. All you have to do is say hey, y'all don't touch him. He just here filming. I got my kid.
Lucky so.
You ain't recording that? Yeah. Record this. I'm Bill people like it. I can. Tell Bob Crossman to say hello. You know who Bob is? Tell Bob Crossman. Rock on Bob. Who's at the Kenny Rogers concert?
You say me! Miguel! Miguel! When I say Miguel, you say me! Miguel!
They told you to stay back here?
Yeah.
Oh. Why? Come on, follow me. I'll get you in front of the crowd. Look, get the people. Dude, this dude is from Channel 4.
Channel 4, he's from 11.
4 and 11. Hey, Bob Boston, real news. You know, good shit out. Jonathan,
still want to get closer. It's just not safe. Hard to get a good shot. I think the DSLR still has a better night lens than this camera.
This is just 1 minute.
Iris at least.
Max.
Let's go interview their damn right. Let's go ask some questions. For the news reporter, how y'all feel about this shit?
Okay, now we're good right now, but thanks, Ernie. All right, bye. Let me have that mic back.
One microphone for you. You are now hot.
All right.
Viewers,
So
I mean, the microphone is turned off.
So for those of you that are joining us, I know it's extremely dark out here, but we are at the governor's mansion. As you can see, there's hundreds of people standing out here at the governor's mansion protesting for justice for George Floyd, and they tell me that they're tired of what's happening across the country with police brutality. So far tonight, everything has been calm and peaceful. Protesters started off at the Capitol, and then they marched down Capitol Avenue, then Scott Street, then Markham, then on Broadway, then back to the Capitol. They've been to many places tonight, just peacefully showing people that they can protest and get their message across. Right now, I'm not sure exactly what's happening. I do see some people leaving the governor's mansion, but this is the scene at the governor's mansion right now. So we are just we're just kind of showing you guys what we're seeing out here from afar. We're keeping our distance so we can respect the protesters and let them express how they feel about what's going on. But again, there is state police out here, Little Rock Police. There's a police presence. They are law enforcement agencies blocking the entrance to the governor's mansion.
Police cruiser right in front of the gate.
Okay, so looks like they're walking more. So we're gonna walk a little bit with the protesters. We're gonna stay out of their way, but they are walking more towards 18th Street. So what you're seeing right now, if you're just now joining us, is protesters at the governor's mansion. This is at 18th and Center in Little Rock.
What's up, man? What y'all trying to do?
There's a police car right here. There's
what you want to see happen tonight?
There's a police car.
What you want? You want us to
There's a protester.
some shit up? That's what y'all want to see tonight?
We're just doing our job.
What y'all here to see though?
We're here covering the protest. Tell me how you feel right now.
Man, I feel like ain't no talking gonna stop this. It's been going on for years. Talking ain't stopped it. Ain't nothing we did stopped it. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, ain't none of that gonna stop it. It ain't gonna never stop it. Listen, we might don't win, but shit, we gonna fight.
So tell me why you're out here.
Shit, I'm out here because I'm with the people. Whatever they want to do, I'm with it. Straight up.
Okay. So we just talked to one protester. You know, we've been talking to several protesters tonight. Things, for the most part, have remained peaceful and calm. There hasn't been any type of violence that we have seen. You can see state troopers right out here. So, the protesters are continuing to walk down 18th Street, and so you're getting a live look at state troopers. They're blocking off the governor's mansion here in Little Rock. Protesters are leaving the scene. We're going to walk more this way and kind of follow them to see what they're doing. We're walking down Center Street here in Little Rock. Protesters are leaving the governor's mansion. I know it's extremely dark and you guys may not be able to see much, but they're just walking and they're chanting stuff. There is police out here making sure nothing happens. The current time is 9:37. Tonight, Mayor Frank Scott Jr. moved the curfew up to 8 p.m. and police say as long as nothing violent happens, people can continue to be out here. Okay, let me dial in. Tell them I'm dialing in. Guys, stay with us. I'm going to dial in to the producer booth. I'm going to do a live shot, so make sure you guys tune in to Fox 16 for the live shot.
Hey, Ducko! Fuck you!
Okay, I'm dialed in. Hey, Kevin, good evening to you. So, yeah, we are hearing that that the protesters are now headed back up to the Capitol. As you can kind of see down here, some of them are getting in their cars. Some of them said they're just going to leave and come back tomorrow, while others are starting to continue to walk more towards the Capitol. There is cars coming by, so we are just kind of staying off to the side. But just here, just a few minutes ago at the governor's mansion, things still remain peaceful and calm. There were a few protesters who spoke to some of the state troopers about why they were out here. But let's kind of walk down a little bit. Let's kind of see where these protesters are going. But for the most part, it has been pretty calm here tonight. As you mentioned, the protesters started off at the Capitol, then they marched down Capitol Avenue onto Scott, and then Markham, and then Broadway, then back, and then they kind of dispersed and went to different places, and then they made their way to the state capitol. State police tell me that as long as they're not being destructive and doing any acts of violence, that they can stay out here. But really, from what I'm seeing, it looks like most people are either going home or going back up to the state capitol. So we'll be sure to keep you guys updated. You can check back in with us later in the newscast. For now, reporting live in Little Rock, I'm Rochelle Turner. Back to you.
All right.
Okay. Are y'all going back to the Capitol?
Yeah, somewhat. We're trying to help. We're following the crowd.
Oh, okay.
If y'all do go to the Capitol, be very careful. All of them are sitting there pointing at people walking back.
Oh, we saw them.
So, and they'll come at you.
Oh, yeah, we know. Be careful.
Y'all too.
Y'all be careful. Do y'all want to, let's just go back to the Capitol.
Sorry, just gonna cut.
Yeah,
Let's go.
If they break it up, I promise you everyone's going back to the Capitol.
Okay. Let's go back, Goose. You too. Let's go back because there's no, I'm not going to walk to the Capitol. That's done. Lauren, I'll trade you.
No.
I'll do that and you do this. Please, Lauren, please. Lauren.
Hang on, we gotta get off Facebook.